I've always been a believer of demons. I've never come into contact with any. At least, not that I know of. I have had my share of experiences with spirits and ghosts. Like, one time, I woke up to a man standing over me. Now, I couldn't see him, just an outline of a broad man. He seemed to be 6'2". The only out of ordinary thing was the fact that he was in my room. Right when I turned off the lights, he was gone. I never saw it as something scary. All it did was pique my interest and curiosity. So, I decided to pursue anything paranormal I could. By the time I was 15 years old, I thought I knew everything. I was always lurking through dark areas and wooded areas. In my mind, I was the thing that goes bump in the night. My constant naive attitude often was mind over matter. I didn't mind, so it didn't matter. That's what I said about the tall white-suited man in the woods with the long arms. That's what I said about the Japanese lady with the surgical mask. I said the same thing to the white lady who asked me where her kids are. I resided in San Antonio, Texas, where I was hanging out with a couple of buddies, Rick and Tom, at the park, in the middle of the night. The only light we had was the lights on the basketball court we were standing on. We thought nothing of the darkness. We've conquered any fear of it, only because we were used to it, and had walked in it many times before. This night was different. This night was a warning. It started with a faint scream, slowly turning into a blood-curdled shriek that brought me to my knees. I've never heard anything so loud and high-pitched, and never wanted to hear it again. The shrieking turned into complete silence, followed by the biggest chill I've ever felt. The feeling of being watched came over me. Until Tom points to the other side of the court and yells, "What the fuck is that?" I turn to see a pair of shrunken black eyes that resembled two orbs. A very aged, pale woman whose feet weren't even on the ground. I knew she was looking at me. I knew this because of the fear I felt at that moment. I closed my eyes for a second, only to find her right in front of me, arms reaching towards my face, grabbing my neck and face. She leaned towards my ear and said, in a disturbing tone, "Shh, mind over matter." Then she proceeded to shriek in my ear. I woke up the next morning in the hospital. I had lost a lot of blood out of the scars on my face. However, I was discharged 4 hours later. That same night, I felt the same fear as I did at the park. I woke up to find the same suited tall man watching me in my hallway. I heard the laugh of the lady with the surgical mask, who asks me if she's beautiful. I now feel the fear of being haunted and tormented. Paranormal entities, spirits, and demons, they don't just come to anyone. So be careful when you decide to knock on someone's door. Heed my warning.